What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So we've got a Dragon Ball versus drawing today. Goku versus Beerus. So we're on a white page. Use a pencil. Hit pause if I go too fast. All that usual stuff. So, and for anyone who's new, take your time. Hit your pause button. And consider subscribing. Okay, so we're going to start with Goku over here on the right hand side. So Goku here, Beerus here, and let's go. So we'll start with Goku's nose just to get things all in the right place. So we start with that diagonal line down just here, and then bring it down towards his nose just here, kind of like a number 7. Then this is going to come down like so for the bottom part of his nose, and then we'll go slightly down again for his lip, different angle, so his face is going this way, and the nose, so imagine, so this is the line for his face, like his chin is like down here, and his nose is the part that sticks out the furthest. So he's got that Dragon Ball shadow on his nose, so it just comes out here, just underneath. And he's clenching his teeth, so we'll bring this back that way. Then we'll bring it down like so. And then around to his bottom lip, just here. So we're along this line now, going down this way. Going diagonal. Now his bottom lip will come in this way towards his chin, and in here we have just a line for his teeth, like so, and then his teeth just in here like that. And then his chin, just down here. So we'll add his eye in before we move on to the jaw and the ear and stuff. So, Dragon Ball eyebrow. So we're going to bring it up from here. This is the start of his forehead. So it's going to go diagonal this way. And then it's going to come out to his eyebrow. That big part of his eyebrow at the end. This comes up to here, across like so, and then we're going to taper it in down to the bottom, just down to here, and then there might be like a sort of a frown line just in this part of his forehead, just here, like that. So then his eye, so it's a box like Dragon Ball eye, so the long end is here, and then we're going to bring it diagonal down to there, and then we'll go back up into here. This is also how you would draw Broly, because Broly doesn't have a pupil, so you could leave it white for Broly, but we're going to draw in an iris just here, like so. Okay, so we can see just a little bit more of his forehead just here, coming up underneath his hair. And then we'll go down to his chin. So, chin comes back here, comes back up this way, and then up towards his ear, just there. Kind of stops just across from his eye there, same level. That's what you got to think about when you're drawing. Where do things line up? You think of it like you have an XY axis, so XY, and you're just trying to get everything lined up on the page. I know it sounds complicated and I'm probably not explaining that well, but lining things up as if there was like a straight line here. What lines up on this line here. A couple of things, his eye and then his forehead just here. So his ear will come out this way, like so, and the top of it will come around and down. The top of his ear lines up just with his eyebrow there. And then we've bones and ligaments and things inside. Like so. Boom. Okay, Goku's hair. So he's got a fringe. We'll do that first. The Goku characteristic fringe. So it comes out and around. First one here. Goes in behind his ear. Then this comes up like so. And then it'll come down towards the next one. And up the other side of it. And then back up to here. So we've two more that make up his fringe. So one here. These of course are smaller because they're on the other side of his head and we can't see the other side of his head. And then we have one sticking up here, like so, back into there. And let's see, there's one behind these ones. Like so. And then we've one coming out here, back up to there. Into there. So we've some that come out from his, we'll go back here first before we do those big ones. So go out to here, back to there, back up here, back like so. Next one up to there. In 1, 2, 3, and then there's another one just here, back into there, and then we have that round part of his head. So he's in his red god form when he's fighting Beerus, so it's not really, it's kind of like standard Goku hair, but it's just red. And then we have the big one, the big spike that comes up to here. Comes across like so. And then it goes down to there. And then we have one more just here. Like so. And back into there. And if you want, you can add like hairlines and stuff coming down all these. There isn't actually any in the picture I'm drawing from, but normally there is. So something like that. You could do a lot more of that if you wanted, of course. But I think I'll leave it there. So okay, so his neck. So real big muscly neck. The back of it's there. And his body is like turned towards us. He's like throwing a punch with his hand coming this way. So we can just see his trapezius just here. So a long part of the back of his neck. And then there's like neck muscles. So trapezius that side, trapezius is up here, higher up. So this is in line just there with the top of his nose. And then the side of his costume comes down this way, like so, comes down this way on this side, just there. And then his chest muscles will bump across here. And then we've more neck muscles in here. There. And then a line coming out from his chin down here. And another line here. And maybe a line for his trapezius there. And in here too. And you might add a line for Art.Simple and stuff just here. Okay. So he's got a hold of Beerus's hand, and then his fist is coming in this way. So best way to do this. Right, we'll do this side first and then figure out the hand here. So we'll go over here first, it's simpler. So we do his shoulder, kind of bump lines for his clothes, just here. Then his shoulder kind of bumps up to there. Comes around to here, and this meets his fist, just right here underneath this. So we come down and we do each knuckle. So we do one knuckle there. 1, 2, 3, and 4th knuckle. So his fist will just come back like so. And on the bottom, it'll go back this way. It meets his wristband, so if you have more room, you can go back to his forearm and his wristband and stuff, but I can't fit that in. So we'll add his fingers, so lines for those, 1, 2, 3, and then maybe like a knuckle line or 2, just here. Like so, and maybe like some of his, like the blue part, top of his wristband just there. And then the rest of his shoulder we can see just in here. This is like, so this is the orange section, this is his blue t-shirt underneath, and then we can see some of his arm coming off this way. And there's like lines for his shoulder muscles just here. And his arm goes off my page that way out to his elbow, and then his forearm comes back in. But I can't fit it in. Right, so torso continues this way. Comes into here. Another fold, and then it's going to curve around his blue waist that he has, so just these sort of bumps here. It's like a blue piece of fabric that's like wrapped around him. And then this will come across here, and then there's various lines inside there. Like so. And then his hips will go down off this way, like that. So he's like leaning in towards Beerus. Beerus is kind of leaning back, so that's why Goku is kind of taking up most of the picture. So then, right, we're going to have to do Beerus's hand now. Goku's holding it. And then we'll do Beerus's head and then kind of join it up to this hand. So, right, so Beerus's hand is just here. So we're going to go diagonal this way first. And then we're going to bring it up this way. So you're looking for the about the size, a fist about the size of Goku's fist, whatever size you drew that. So then this goes up like so, and then down to here, and then we could just see his thumb kind of folded over just in here. Okay, and then we can see the rest of his fingers. So goes up to a knuckle here, back down to there. Next finger's in here, knuckle there, and then the next one's here, like so, and then down, and then around, curled around to his little finger, just there, and then maybe like a skin line just there. So it's closed over fist, okay? You might see like a bit of his thumbnail just here, but not much. I think it gets kind of sharp into here, but it's quite dark, so it's hard to see. So then Goku has a hold of his wrist. So his wrist is like here, so he's got a wristband on. So it comes down like so, bumps around like this. And there's like lines here as well. So this is like Beerus' gold wristband. And Goku has a hold of this. So we can see his knuckles bumping across here along the other side. Like so. And then these come down to fingers that come across like this. Just there. And we just got to join these up together now. Like so. And then add some fingernails. Something like that. You could add a knuckle line or two if you wanted. Across the tops, but not essential. And then we have to attach Goku's hand to his shoulder. So we'll do his shoulder first. So clotheslines just here, bumping, sort of waving lines. This is the line for his body going this way. And then a couple more just going off here. Some ripped parts of his shoulder. Just here. And then down into his shoulder muscles. Just here, and we kind of bump around those down into his middle finger, and then we've more fold lines above that. So we separate his blue t-shirt from his orange top, that's over it, and then we curve lines down, line down there. And then some tricep line. We can see Beerus' arm just going this way, comes down there, and then Goku's bicep muscle just in here, comes down into there, and some more shoulder lines. So that means his elbow is down here, so we curve around Beerus' forearm, and then his bicep is there. And his elbow is there. So that means Goku's elbow has to be down here somewhere. So hand, wrist, so his wrist is just in here. His wristband, more specifically, just there. That's his blue wristband. And then his forearm, just here, comes down to his elbow point and then comes back up into Beerus's arm, just here. And then we can see some lines just here for muscles, like so. And then of course we got to finish his clothes just over here. So some ripped lines. A line coming down for the V for his orange costume. We have some lines coming across for the blue segment of his shirt. And then some fold lines coming across the fabric, like that. And then some of those along here as well. So one here, one there, there. Just adding them where you think the clothes will go across his torso. So like that, because these are being pulled this way, these are being pulled this way and down. And they're tied here, so that's why we're going in this direction. This comes that way. And I think he's like a hole here. So we can see a ripped sort of section here. Like so. Just there. And a couple more fold lines for his trousers. Like that. Okay, so Beerus. We might as well finish his arm because it'll help us place where his head is going to go. So, there. Comes up like so. So he's like much more elongated muscles. He looks like he's been doing yoga more than weightlifting. So his shoulder then is just here. And then a line for his bicep, just there. And he's got a gold band on his arm. So this is his shoulder, right? So he's got this metal plate, it looks like, that's right on his chest. So this comes up all the way to here. And then it curves down. Around there. And it goes up to here. And then his torso is going to come down this way. And it's going to kind of bump around here. So that's his body. So that means his head has to be here because his neck is like here. And he's winding up a punch for his hand right here as well. So I guess we'll do in those main lines. We'll do his body and then we'll finish with his head because we might as well get everything in the right place. So his fist lines up just with Goku's chin here because that's what he's aiming for. So we'll do the fist, I guess. So we'll go just here, bumping down for all these knuckles. And then this one curves around for his little finger, just there. And then we go across the top. Knuckles there. 1, 2, 3. And then we bring it back this way. Should be 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, there's only 3 in the picture. Oh, they messed up. Right, so we'll leave it with 3 because I can't change it now. But there should be 4. But anyway, this comes down. That's the way it is in the animation. So it wasn't me. So this comes down to there. This knuckle comes down to there. This knuckle comes down to here. That's funny that they left out a knuckle. And then the back of his hand comes back this way. And his wrist, he's another golden wristband just here. The line there. And then this should come up then into his body. And the wristband then will curve around like so. Back to the next section. Curve down here. Back into there. Around like so. And his arm will go off my page. Just like Goku's. And then, so the back of his body, so he's winding up the punch, so his we can see his tricep just there. And then he's got that golden band like this one. Comes down there. And then a line for his bicep muscle, just here. And then his back comes down this way. Like so, into his sort of thin waist. Just there. And more bumps for his waistband that he's got on. And this has like lines coming down that way, lines back here, much like Goku's. And then he's got some more muscle lines inside here. So you got like an armpit line just here, chest muscle just here. So he's not an overly muscly dude. He just has sort of standard muscles. Incredibly powerful though, of course. This here. Ribs. Ribs more than ab muscles. And then there's the patterns on his disc here. And his thumb. We forgot the thumb. So his thumb comes down here. Comes across and back up into there. So he's leaning back, see? So that's his sort of body angle. And then we have a line coming down this way. Comes up around his shoulder then on the other side. And then we've the collar that goes around his neck, just here. And we might have like a collarbone or two line just there. There's a diamond right in the center. Like that. And then diagonal line there, diagonal line there. Another one here. 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 Another one there. Right, so let's see. So if his fist is just covering his neck, so that means his jaw is going to come out just there, and the back of his head comes out like around here. It comes up to there. We have the start of his ear maybe coming this way, and then his big ear comes up real long. Goes off the top of my page there. Might as well do that. This comes back in. Just do the general shapes. The next one goes up off the page. This one comes back in. To there. And then this will come down for the top of his head. Just there. Coming out from this ear here. So, and then it will come down for the front, come back in, out for his snout, come around for his nose, and then this comes down for the front of it. We got his actual nose just here, and maybe a nostril like just there. So then his mouth, like Goku's, is open, so it goes back this way. Teeth are showing back there, down to the bottom lip. And then we can just see the teeth inside there. And then his chin, down like so, back up to here. And his jaw goes back up that way a bit and comes back into his fist. Maybe a line just here for like neck and stuff. And another line for his jawline just here. So his neck is like pretty much completely covered by his fist here. You can barely see it. Right, so his eye, so just here, diagonal down there, so it's like along that line for his snout, just there, and then it forms a sort of a triangle, back up into there. I think this side should be a bit darker, because he's got like eye makeup or something, big shadow just there, and then his eye just there, then his eyebrow, just a line like that. Line coming out underneath around his mouth. I think his eyes are black, so I might as well colour it in. And then like his jaw just here, like so. Right, so then we just have some lines for like his inner ear, so lines coming up the edge here, like so. Maybe some bumps and stuff inside here. And then maybe just a bump line coming along the outside edge here. Maybe just come down a bit and go back up the other side. I think he's got like a piercing up here or something. It's like on the outside edge of this. It's like gold, it goes around his ear. Like so. And that's everything. How to draw Goku versus Beerus. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.